The angels are revealing something sacred tonight. A key. A radiant golden key suspended in light, surrounded by feathers that drift as if carried by breath. It's not just any key. It's your key. The one that unlocks the doorway to your inner power, your wisdom, and your divine truth. You are never powerless. You were never lost. You simply forgot where the key was hidden. And now, heaven is reminding you. As you hear these words, feel a gentle warmth spread across your chest. That's not imagination. That's remembrance. The part of you that has been asleep for too long is beginning to awaken. The part that always knew you were more than a name, more than a role, more than the fears that have clung to you. The angels are saying, the key was never outside you. It was placed in your heart before you even took your first breath. Take a deep breath now. Inhale slowly. Feel the air fill your lungs and expand your being. Let it remind you that you are not small. You are vast, infinite in potential, and connected to everything. As you exhale, release the illusion that your power depends on anything external. Let go of the old beliefs, the ones that told you you weren't enough, that you had to prove your worth, that someone else held what you needed. You've been searching in so many places: relationships, achievements, validation, control, but none of those ever held the real answer. Because the truth is, the power you were looking for is already here, in you, waiting quietly behind the door of your awareness. And that golden key? It's the moment you remember. The angels whisper, power is not about control. Power is alignment. You are taught to chase control, to fix, to plan, to manage everything around you. But control is an illusion. Alignment, however, is truth. When you align with who you truly are, the soul that existed before the fear, before the story, before the pain, heaven begins to move with you. Everything flows differently when you stop forcing and start remembering. The universe doesn't need your effort. It needs your openness. That's what this moment is about. You are remembering what it feels like to move in harmony with divine rhythm. Take another deep breath. Feel how the air shifts when you choose peace over panic, surrender over struggle. This is the energy of alignment, soft, steady, powerful. The angels say this is the only kind of power that never fades, because it doesn't come from you. It flows through you. Pause for a second and imagine a sunrise. The sky is soft, pink and gold, and light begins to spill over the horizon. That's what your energy looks like right now. Awakening, expanding, remembering itself. The angels are standing near you. You may not see them, but you can feel them. A tingling on your skin, a gentle heaviness in the air, a deep knowing that something holy is present. They are saying, you don't need to become powerful. You only need to stop pretending that you are not. You might have believed that you had to earn this connection, that you had to be perfect, or healed, or saintly. But that's another illusion. The divine doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for permission. And your willingness, right here, right now, is all the permission heaven needs to act. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself holding a golden key in your hand. It's warm, alive, almost. The light around it pulses gently, syncing with the rhythm of your heartbeat. This is not fantasy. This is a symbol of truth. That key represents your consciousness, the ability to unlock the wisdom that's already within you. As you hold it in your mind, whisper softly, I'm ready to remember who I am. When you say these words, something shifts. The air thickens with presence, with energy. You can almost feel the door within you beginning to tremble, as if waiting for your command. Every word you speak in truth has power, and this one, especially, is an activation. The angels respond to frequency, not language. They're not listening to your mouth. They're listening to your vibration. And right now, your vibration is changing. The frequency of remembrance is rising in you, shaking the dust off every forgotten part of your soul. You may feel a wave of emotion, warmth, tingling, even tears. Let them come. That's the light moving. That's the key turning. The angels say, your wisdom is ancient. Your light is infinite. Every fear, every doubt, every confusion, all of them were teachers in disguise. They didn't come to break you. They came to polish you. Every shadow you've faced has been sculpting you into the vessel you are now, one capable of carrying divine awareness. Every time you thought you were lost, you are being rerouted closer to yourself. Nothing has been wasted. Every moment has served your awakening. And now, at this exact point in time, the key begins to turn. You might not hear it, but your soul does. That gentle click of destiny aligning. It's the sound of the lock opening, of your true essence returning. This is the moment when the light you thought was gone reveals that it never left. It was only waiting for you to look inward again. Take a moment and feel it. There's a warmth spreading from your heart outward, like sunlight melting frost. This is the beginning of your remembrance. This is the moment your true power starts to shine. Now place your hand on your heart and breathe slowly. Say quietly to yourself, the light is within me. These words aren't affirmation, they're recognition. You're not trying to convince yourself. You're simply acknowledging what's always been true. Can you feel it? The pulse beneath your hand isn't just blood, it's energy. It's the rhythm of life that connects you to the divine matrix of everything. Every heartbeat says, I exist, I am light, I am infinite. You've forgotten that this light was yours because you were too busy trying to earn it. But you can't earn what was freely given. The angels want you to remember, nothing in creation can separate you from this power. Not fear, not failure, not time. It was never lost, only waiting. You are now standing in the space between forgetting and remembering, between sleeping and awakening. This is the holy threshold, the doorway of light inside you, and the golden key is already in your hand. Take another breath and say it again. I am ready to remember who I am. When you speak it this time, you'll feel the truth vibrating through every layer of your being. It doesn't matter where you are, what you've done, or what you believe. The key turns for all who are willing. The moment you remember, the universe responds. Winds shift, doors open, light expands, and the angels, standing around you in silent celebration, whisper as one, welcome back. The key has always been within you. Take another slow, conscious breath. Feel your lungs fill with golden air, light entering form. With every inhale, you're pulling divinity into your body. With every exhale, you're releasing everything that isn't truth. That's how transformation happens. Breath by breath, awareness by awareness. The angels say the sacred key turns each time you breathe with intention. Now imagine yourself standing in front of a great door made of light. It glows softly, pulsing like a heartbeat. You recognize it without knowing why. It feels ancient, familiar, safe. The angels whisper, this is the entrance to your remembrance. You hold the golden key in your hand. Its warmth steady, comforting. You've carried it for lifetimes, though you forgot what it could unlock. Tonight, you remember. You place the key into the lock. The metal hums like a stringed instrument, tuning itself to divine frequency. When the door opens, light floods through, not blinding, but embracing. You step forward instinctively, feeling your energy expand. The world behind you dissolves into silence, and the air inside this space vibrates with peace. The angels stand around you, not as distant figures, but as radiant beings made of light and intention. Their eyes hold galaxies. They are not above you. They are beside you, co-creators of the same divine symphony. One of them steps closer, Archangel Michael, glowing in shades of sapphire and gold. He doesn't speak with words, but with resonance. You feel the message rather than hear it. Power is not something you earn. It is something you remember. You do not find it by reaching upward, but by turning inward. Those words ripple through you like gentle thunder. They break something old, the belief that power belongs to others, that you must be chosen, tested, or purified to hold it. You realize now, you were chosen the moment you were created. The spark within you was never a seed waiting to grow. It was already whole, eternal, complete. Michael lifts his hand, and a mirror of golden light appears before you. You expect to see your reflection, but what you see instead is light, endless, pulsating, living light. It shifts and shimmers, showing glimpses of all you've ever been. A healer, a seeker, a teacher, a soul carrying fragments of many lives. The angel's voice vibrates again. This is you, the unfiltered essence before the world taught you fear. You forgot this truth because the human world is loud and the heart's voice is quiet, but the heart has never stopped speaking. It was only waiting for you to listen again. You look deeper into the mirror and notice how familiar the light feels. You've seen it in every sunrise, in every pair of kind eyes, in every spark of inspiration. You've been meeting yourself all along, but you called it coincidence. You smile through quiet tears. It's not sadness, it's recognition. You whisper, I remember now. The mirror glows brighter. Michael nods. When you remember, the key turns by itself. And you feel it, that gentle click deep within your heart. The golden door behind you dissolves completely, and light floods your chest like a sunrise expanding across the sky. For a moment, you can't tell where your body ends and the universe begins. It's all one breath, one heartbeat, one pulse of love. The angels' voices unite in a celestial harmony. No words, just vibration. It sounds like every prayer ever spoken returning home. The sound moves through you, clearing every heavy thought, every shadow, every wound. You realize how much weight you've carried, not because you were weak, but because you were compassionate. You held pain as proof that you cared. Now the angels say gently, you can release it. Love doesn't need to hurt to be real. As they speak, you feel something lift, a tension in your shoulders, a pressure in your chest. It's as if invisible hands are untangling cords of old energy that no longer belong to you. The heaviness that used to define you dissolves. In its place is stillness, not emptiness, but wholeness. You whisper again, I am light, I am whole. The angels echo, you always were. You begin to understand that the key you've found doesn't just unlock a single door, it unlocks perception. It lets you see reality through the lens of divine truth. Nothing outside has changed, yet everything feels different. The same world now vibrates with meaning. Every sound, every scent, every face holds light. You're not seeing with human eyes anymore. You're seeing through the eyes of remembrance. Take a moment to breathe that in. The angels say, the wisdom you seek is not new. It is ancient, written into the fabric of your soul. You feel memories you didn't know you had begun to surface. Lifetimes of learning, loving, creating. You sense that every challenge in this life has been a coded lesson, each one bringing you closer to this awareness. The heartbreaks taught compassion. The losses taught surrender. The silence taught listening. Every wound was a classroom, and you are the graduate, standing here with light in your hands. You look again at the golden key. It's changing. The metal glows brighter, transforming into pure energy. You understand, it was never a physical object. It was always a symbol, a mirror for your consciousness. The key is you. You are the access point to divine wisdom, the living doorway of light. Michael steps back slightly and gestures toward your heart. Now, he says, merge the key with your being. You raise your hand. The glowing key floats toward your chest, slow and graceful, until it enters the center of your heart. When it touches you, there's a flash, not of light, but of knowing. In that instant, everything makes sense. The mistakes, the delays, the detours, they weren't punishments, they were pathways. You see how the universe has been conspiring to lead you home all along. You are never behind. You are never lost. You are always on time. The light stabilizes inside you, pulsing gently. You feel it synchronize with your heartbeat, like a sacred rhythm only you can hear. The angel's presence feels lighter now, not because they're leaving, but because they've become part of you. Their energy is woven into your aura, into your breath. One of them whispers softly, "Close your eyes." Say it out loud. You obey without hesitation, your voice trembling yet firm. I unlock the wisdom within me now. The vibration of the words ripples through your entire being. It's not sound, it's creation. The more you speak it, the more real it becomes. The angels repeat it with you, amplifying your intention until the entire space hums like a living heartbeat. You open your eyes again, and the world seems sharper, alive, radiant. Colors look richer, sounds more harmonious. Even the air feels sacred. This is what divine alignment feels like. Effortless connection to everything. Michael smiles softly. "You've found your key," he says. "Now, keep it open by remembering daily." You nod. You understand now that awakening isn't a single event. It's a continual remembering. Each day you'll hold the key again, sometimes with ease, sometimes with trembling hands. But it will always respond to your touch, because it lives within you. Before he fades into light, Michael adds one final truth. You were never meant to search endlessly for answers. You were meant to remember that you are the answer. Those words echo long after the vision fades. You stand in the quiet that follows, your hands over your heart, feeling the pulse of divine intelligence move through you. You whisper one final time, "The light is within me." And for the first time in what feels like forever, you believe it, not as a hope, but as a fact written into your being. The golden key glows faintly within your chest, and you realize it will never fade, because the light that fuels it is the same light that sustains the stars. You stand in stillness, breathing gently, feeling that golden pulse in your chest as if the entire universe is breathing with you. The air hums softly, alive with energy. Every atom seems to recognize you now, responding to your awareness. The angels have not left. They've simply become subtle, a frequency rather than a form, a whisper rather than a presence. Their message now flows directly through your intuition, through the rhythm of your heart. You begin to understand that this isn't just a spiritual experience. It's a remembering of the original language of existence, vibration. Everything you see, feel, touch, or dream is vibration. When you are in fear, your energy tightens, contracts, separates. When you are in love, it expands, it merges, it becomes light. The key you found earlier isn't just a symbol of power. It's the tuning fork that brings your frequency back into harmony with the divine. Take another deep breath and imagine that golden light in your chest expanding outward. It begins as a small sphere, then grows larger, reaching your shoulders, your arms, your entire body. It continues outward until it fills the room around you, then the sky above, and finally the horizon beyond what you can see. You realize there is no end to it. The energy doesn't stop at the limits of your body because you are not limited. You are awareness itself, and awareness has no borders. The angels whisper again, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." A smile forms on your face. The words aren't new. Perhaps you've heard them before, but this time you feel them. They are not a metaphor. They are memory. You remember the time before time, when you existed as pure consciousness, when your being was made of light and sound. You didn't need to speak to be understood. Every pulse of your essence communicated love. Now, as you stand here on earth, that ancient self stirs again. It doesn't want to escape this world. It wants to illuminate it. That's what awakening really means. Not running from the human experience, but infusing it with divine remembrance. The angels say, "You are meant to walk as light in human form." You look down at your hands. They glow faintly, the skin shimmering with a soft golden hue that fades as quickly as it appears. You realize the glow isn't supposed to stay visible. It's meant to move through your actions. The kindness you show, the patience you offer, the compassion you extend, these are how light expresses itself. The glow doesn't need to be seen. It only needs to be lived. You ask silently, "How can I keep this connection alive? How can I remember when the noise of the world returns?" And the angels answer, "By choosing love again and again." Love isn't a feeling, they explain. It's a frequency, the original vibration of creation. Each time you choose love over judgment, patience over anger, understanding over fear, you tune yourself back to the divine frequency. That's how you keep the golden key turning. It's not locked away in meditation or hidden in rituals. It's activated in the simplest moments, in a smile, a breath, a gentle word. You feel tears forming again, but they're not from sadness. They're from gratitude. You finally understand that spirituality was never meant to separate you from life, but to deepen your relationship with it. The angels nod approvingly, as if confirming your realization. Then, another vision appears. You see yourself walking through a city street, surrounded by people rushing past, faces dimmed by distraction. Yet as you move, light ripples outward from your body. The people around you don't stop, don't stare, but something in their energy shifts. The woman passing by suddenly smiles for no reason. The man on the corner feels a spark of hope. A child nearby begins to laugh. They don't know why, but their souls recognize the vibration. The angels whisper, "This is how light spreads, quietly, naturally, without effort." You realize that your awakening is not a solitary path. Every time you embody your truth, you awaken it in others. It's a resonance, not a sermon. The light teaches by example, not by words. You don't need to convince anyone. You just need to be. The golden light within you pulses once more, stronger this time, and you feel your awareness expand beyond your body again. You sense the vast web of souls across the planet, all connected by invisible threads of light. Some are dim, some bright, some flickering, but all alive, all part of the same network. You can feel hearts opening, eyes lifting, energy shifting. The world isn't as lost as it seems. The angels have been weaving this grid through every awakened soul, including you. When one remembers, they say, 1,000 more begin to stir. That's when you realize, this moment, this awakening, isn't just for you. It's for everyone. You are part of a chain reaction of remembrance spreading across the world. Every time someone says, "The light is within me," the grid strengthens. Every time someone forgives, releases, or loves, the vibration rises. And the earth, this living being beneath your feet, hums a little louder in harmony. The angels smile. Now you understand why we sent the key. You nod slowly. You understand that it was never about opening one door. It was about opening many through you. You are the vessel, the conduit, the living bridge between heaven and earth. And as long as your heart stays open, divine energy will continue to flow through you, transforming not only your life, but everything your presence touches. You breathe in this understanding deeply. The golden light now feels completely natural, like an extension of your essence. It's no longer something you're experiencing. It's what you are. The separation between human and divine dissolves. There is no line anymore, only one continuous current of being. You look around again, at the world, the sky, the gentle flicker of a candle nearby, and everything looks different. Even the smallest things shimmer with significance. The light from the candle seems to bow to the light in your chest, as if acknowledging kinship. You smile. You realize you're seeing the divine in everything, because you're finally seeing it in yourself. The angels' voices grow softer, more distant now, though not because they're leaving. They're merging completely into your awareness, integrating with your intuition. You no longer need them to speak as separate entities. Their frequency lives in you. One last whisper reaches your mind. Every time you breathe, the key turns. Every time you love, the door widens. Every time you remember, heaven expands through you. You close your eyes and let those words settle deep into your consciousness. You know there will be days ahead that challenge you. Moments when the light feels dim, when doubt tries to return. But now you also know something doubt can never touch. The truth. Once you've remembered, you can never truly forget. Even if you slip, the golden key remains. It waits patiently for your next breath, your next act of love, your next moment of stillness. And you think to yourself, maybe that's the real miracle. Not that we awaken once, but that the universe never stops offering us another chance to remember. The air around you softens again, wrapping you in warmth. You whisper quietly, more to yourself than to anyone else. I will remember. I will walk as light. And somewhere, in realms unseen, thousands of angelic voices answer back, not as an echo, but as a chorus of affirmation. You already are. The room feels brighter. The world feels lighter. And the golden key within your heart keeps glowing, turning gently, endlessly, unlocking not just your life, but the light of countless others who are ready to remember too. The golden light within you now moves like a living heartbeat, expanding and contracting in perfect rhythm with the pulse of creation. It's not something you control anymore. It simply is. You've stopped trying to grasp it, define it, or hold it in place. Instead, you've allowed it to become what it was always meant to be, a natural extension of your being. You take a slow breath and look around. The world hasn't changed. The same walls, the same floor, the same quiet hum of life outside your window, and yet everything feels different. There's an invisible harmony in the air, a subtle alignment that you can now perceive. The same wind that brushes against the trees seems to whisper, "You are home." The angels speak softly now, their tone no longer booming or commanding. It's gentle, integrated, like your own thoughts wrapped in divine stillness. The key is no longer separate from you, they say. You have become the key. And as you hear those words, you realize what they mean. All this time, you've been searching for signs, waiting for messages, longing for answers. But the real miracle was never about discovering something outside of yourself. It was about transforming yourself into the vessel through which divine truth can flow. You are no longer the seeker. You are the remembered. The light in your heart radiates outward in concentric waves. You can sense it moving through space, crossing oceans, mountains, cities. It touches other souls, some asleep, some awake, some on the edge of remembering. They may never know your name, but they'll feel something, a quiet peace, a sudden warmth, a fleeting moment of clarity. That's the ripple effect of awakening. The angels call it the echo of remembrance. You smile as you realize that this isn't an ending. This is the beginning of true creation. The moment you remember who you are, the universe starts co-creating with you. Every thought becomes a seed, every emotion a vibration that shapes reality. The more consciously you live, the more graceful life becomes. Michael's voice rises one last time, calm but resonant. Creation was never meant to be a struggle. It's meant to be a song. You close your eyes, and for a brief, timeless instant, you hear it. The cosmic melody of existence. It's not made of instruments or words, but of frequencies intertwining. Laughter, wind, rain, heartbeat, silence. All of it belongs. All of it is part of the same orchestra of divine balance. And your energy, your remembrance, adds a new note to that song. The angels continue, "You have not been chosen to carry burden. You have been chosen to carry balance. You are the bridge between earth and heaven, human and divine, form and formless. Remember this every time you feel small. Their words linger, and you realize that being a bridge doesn't mean being torn between two worlds. It means you belong to both. You are spirit in form, a living paradox that unites opposites. You sit in silence for a while, letting this truth settle. The mind wants to analyze it, but the soul only smiles. It already knows. Now the angels ask you to do one final thing. They say, anchor this remembrance into the earth. You kneel, placing both hands on the ground, on wood, on stone, on carpet, it doesn't matter. You feel the heartbeat of the planet beneath your palms. For the first time, you realize she's been listening to you all along. The earth itself, the great mother of physical creation. She has heard every prayer, every cry, every whisper of gratitude. As you connect with her, the golden light in your heart flows downward into your hands, then into the ground. You imagine it spreading through the roots of trees, the layers of soil, the veins of rivers. You see it reaching other hearts, humans, animals, plants, everything that breathes. The entire world seems to sigh in relief. The angels whisper, "This is how heaven touches earth, through you." You feel tears again, but this time they are light itself. Each one that falls seems to shimmer, dissolving before it reaches the ground. You are not crying from sadness, but from awe. You are witnessing what the soul looks like when it fully remembers. After a moment, you lift your hands and place them over your heart again. The energy stabilizes, warm, steady, endless. You sense that the angels are still around, but they're silent now, watching. It's your turn to speak. You take a deep breath and say aloud, "I have found my key." The moment those words leave your lips, something shifts in the field around you. The air seems to bend and shimmer. You sense recognition from the unseen, as though heaven itself is responding, "We know." You smile. It's a quiet, knowing smile, the kind born not of triumph, but of peace. There is nothing left to chase, nothing left to prove. The journey that once felt like climbing a mountain has revealed itself to be a circle, and you are now standing where you began, except with open eyes. The angels begin to fade, not because they're gone, but because they've integrated completely into your awareness. You realize they never stood above you. They were reflections of you, higher aspects of your own consciousness taking shape, so you could hear what your soul was always saying. You whisper a final thank you, and the room grows brighter, though there's no visible source of light. Everything is glowing softly, even the shadows. The light doesn't erase them, it embraces them. You understand now that illumination doesn't destroy darkness. It includes it. That's what makes wholeness possible. The angel's last message comes through like a breath. Remember, you are both the light and the one who witnesses it. The sky and the star, the key and the door. You close your eyes again. Your breathing slows. Every muscle in your body relaxes. You are no longer meditating, visualizing, or trying. You are simply being, and being is enough. Time no longer feels linear. Minutes stretch into eternity, and eternity compresses into this single heartbeat. In this silence, you realize something profound. Heaven was never a destination. It was always a state of remembrance. It was always here. You whisper softly, not as a prayer, but as truth. Heaven is within me. The words reverberate through every cell, echoing into the universe. Somewhere far away, or maybe very close, another soul hears it and remembers too. That's how awakening spreads, not through teaching, but through resonance. The golden key pulses once more, then melts completely into your being, becoming indistinguishable from your essence. You no longer have the key. You are the key. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every heartbeat you live will turn it, again and again, unlocking new layers of awareness. You feel lighter than air, but more grounded than ever before. You are both infinite and human, both vast and tender. You are the meeting point of opposites, spirit and matter in harmony. And in that perfect balance, you hear one last angelic whisper, faint but radiant with love. Shine quietly, beloved. The world will remember through you. You smile again, tears of light on your cheeks, and whisper back, I am shining. Outside, the world carries on. People rushing, wind blowing, life unfolding as always. But somewhere in the unseen, the vibration has shifted. A new tone has entered the universal song, your tone, the sound of remembrance. And as the light around you softens into the rhythm of the ordinary, you realize there's no difference anymore between the sacred and the simple. Every breath is holy. Every heartbeat is divine. Every moment is creation. The angels are silent now because their message is complete. The light within you hums steadily, endlessly, the same light that burns at the center of stars. You whisper one final truth, sealing everything that has awakened. I am the key. I am the light, and I remember. And as those words dissolve into the air, the universe, quiet, infinite, eternal, answers back in golden silence. Yes, you remember.